So you guys spent a number of years playing with some of the best rock bands on the planet early on when you started supporting Puzzle. Like you opened for Muse, The Who, The Rolling Stones. I mean, what did you pick up from playing with these guys? Did you learn how to do a great live show?
Yeah, well, you tell me. Well, we think we have.
Right. But I mean, you had to take something away from that.
Yeah, you know, like as I said earlier, we grew up in the kind of punk rock scene and underground bands, and it took us a long time to kind of not feel guilty about enjoying big shows and enjoying playing big shows. And it was playing gigs with the Stones, with U2, with the Who and stuff that there's something you can pick from everyone. You know, from the Rolling Stones, it's just how much Jagger works. You know, he is, I don't know what age he is, he's 112 or something.
Right.
But he's unbelievable, he doesn't stop, you know, and he just seems like such a kind of whippet, you know, and it's really impressive. And then playing with the Foos, you know, Dave Grohl manages to make every venue feel like it's a front room and that you're, you know, kind of at a house party. And then you get Muse to make everything feel like you're in the future, you know. Right. I mean, as a part of Cirque du Soleil, you know, and so we tried to kind of just take little bits from everything, but obviously keep who we are, you know. Like we cannot pretend to be something we're not. So we're never going to quite pull off the glamour attack of Guns N' Roses. Yeah. But you never know.
Well, take us back to those early days, because you started actually doing a lot of covers back in the early days.
Well, we actually, as in our very first show, we played 5 of our own songs. That was when we were like 15 years old. So I guess we've had self-belief. That's never been an issue. But over the years, in certain sessions, radio sessions and things, they'll ask you to do a cover. So over the years, we've probably done about a dozen or two.
What's your favorite cover?
I hate them all. I like our songs. No, I don't know. I can't even remember.
I think I like We Built This City by Starship.
You got it. Can you do a little bit?
No.
We did that.
I tried.
We did a really, really unrecognisably pretentious cover of Buddy Holly by Weezer. Yeah. So we ended up making it 6 minutes long, and you wouldn't even recognise it. That's when we were like in our like 21. We were like, yeah, man, this is what this song needs, man. And so we did. So yeah, Google that if you've got 6 minutes to spare. Yeah. You'll never get it back, but it's awesome.
Well, you flip the table on that. You guys got covered in 2010 for the UK Christmas single, which went to #1, which is a really big deal in the UK. Yeah. From the guy that won X Factor that year. So how did that feel? Was that surreal? Going like, what happened?
Well, I guess we just found out that he was wanting to sing it, and after humming and hawing for a bit, humming and hawing? How Scottish a phrase is that? After pondering, pontificating for a while, we kind of, it felt like a kind of clap in the back. You know, a band like us that came from nothing, as all bands do. Everyone comes from nothing or comes from something. But you know, like we just kind of still live in Scotland. We still do our own thing. We don't really kind of take much interest in a lot of mainstream stuff. And for the mainstream to come to us and kind of say we want to use your song, it felt like there was a satisfaction there. It felt poetic, you know, that after kind of doing our thing for so long, that something so mainstream, so television based, would kind of want to use our song, and it was great. So we wear it as a badge of honor. Yep.
Yeah. And you can cash the checks.
Yeah, that's also nice. You can pay off that punk rock guilt.
So last time I saw you guys do an acoustic thing, there was an audience of people that brought flags and were doing soccer chants. Is that a big part of a Biffy Clyro show? I mean, the crowd just seems really engaged.
Yeah, I think it's important to us. You know, like we don't. It's a fine line between coming and watching a show and being entertained, but also being a part of it. And for us, we really want everyone in the room to feel a part of the show, and you know, whether it's singing along or even leaving. You know, if you want to leave, that's part of the show. But you know, it's important. It should feel like something more than just going and watching something and being entertained. You know, if you want to do that, watch the telly for an hour. You know, we want hopefully people to feel changed when they leave the show, and because we do, you know, we try and feel like that every night, and you know, not every night it can happen, but you've got to try and achieve that. So yeah, it should feel special.